Oh, I should probably do the thing where I inform X. Oh shit. Wait, we have our thumbnail now. It's not time to shock me yet. That hasn't come in yet. But has been ordered. There it is. Change, and here we go. That is kind of nice that it auto-started when I could hear you without it being my active tab. Yeah, I should do that if you are in the waiting room. But let's get this thing started. Alright. Rip deep duty dee. Oh? Listen, I have a problem. One of my DMs came into my Discord and slandered me with AI-generated pictures of me in Christmas garb shaking hands with fucking Santa Claus. This never happened. It's fake news. Okay? It's fake news. Why would you try slandering me when the Dow is at 50,000 right now?
Whosoever be he worthy shall have the power.
Whatever, man, it's a trick.
No, it's much more than that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Can I clean here? I'm sorry. I'm terrible sorry. It's for... I'm sorry. Dead leave. Can I try? I have knowledge.
Yes, of course.
That leaves my favorite. Oh, it's a fake? Wait. It's like my warm-up. It's easy. Like bicycle and press. Your chest working here, abs working. Yes, I very like it, training. Okay, girls, enjoy. I'm sorry. Let's go, Anatoly.
Thor.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
I don't know, probably not.
Well, it's a Sith legend. Darth Plagueis was a dark lord of the Sith, so powerful and so wise, he could use the Force to influence the midi-chlorians to create... Dude, are you even paying attention?
Of course. Just carry on with your story, dude.
He had such a knowledge of the dark side, he could even keep the ones he cared about from dying. Jesus Christ!
これがアメリカンジョークです。
なるほど。
だからなんでよ。Have you heard the good word? Trump's gonna get it done. He'll release the Epstein files on day one. The lambs will cry when those names are exposed. Trump's gonna see that justice is imposed. What's that? Oh no, he needs a few months. He wants a case airtight, no bumps. His AG Pam Bundy says files on her desk, and MAGA's got binders they can't attest. He's releasing the files to catch all the pedophiles. Never met Epstein or touched anything. She's draining the swamp with Epstein's name off screen.
You as always.
Oh, hello.
We were just talking about you kids.
I'm Denise Heberly.
And I'm Bill Goodman.
Together, we've been fighting fascism for over 50 years.
And so much has changed over those 50 years, such as the ingredients to a successful firebomb.
And the glass that bank windows are made of.
But there's one thing that hasn't changed over 50 years, something that is so important to tell you kids who are new to this movement.
Shut the fuck up. You're sitting in the police transport van after a protest?
Shut the fuck up. In a holding cell with your comrades?
Shut the fuck up. Cop knocks on your door?
Shut the fuck up.
Texting on an unsecured device?
Shut the fuck up. Pulled over by the cops after a protest?
Shut the fuck up. Cop just asking about your day?
Shut the fuck up. Feds call your mom?
Tell your mother to shut the fuck up.
Now, repeat after me. When the cops come calling, what do?
You shut the fuck up. Yep. Remember to do that. Did I seriously? Fucking damn it. Hold on. I literally forgot to launch VTube Studio and I don't know why. Wants the BGM as well, which also wasn't playing. How's it going, Chad? Still with scuff today, we are. It's not my fault. Are they still there? They are. Well, go the fuck away! Alright. It's not cookie baking, I swear to God. There we go, okay. That looks about as right as it's... as right as it's going to get. Welcome, 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 everybody. Thank you for attending this Elfpire Yaps. this fine, fabulous, fantastic Friday. That's a welcome to Make Skittles, Francis Karma, Festiva, Animal Artivist, The Best Remy, Spencer, Benji Alucard, Nico Manhera Fox, Francis Karma TV, who I already said, but whatever the fuck, Hadrix, Hawkeye, more people, I think, Colonel Kinpachi, Saper, how's it going? Templar, how's it going? And yeah, I think that's all the people. Oh, do goals disappear from what? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But what I do now, because you guys got to it, you guys got to, what was it? You guys got pretty close, and I'm gonna give you 2. So for the duration of this, which I'm gonna have it be an hour, VRC baking strain. There we go. And now we only have to do 5 instead of 10. It is going decently. I'm doing all right. Was starting to give another cluster headache. I think I took enough pain pills to stave it off. So hopefully I don't have to deal with that bullshit again. But other than that, things have been good. We have a few things to be talking about. I guess starting with Discord stuff right off the bat. I think actually, make sure not to leak any Keebler secrets. I'm not a Keebler! But heck, goddammit! Who the hell is Egg? Egg, are you from Night of the Seven Kingdoms? Has Prince Aegon fucking made its way into our chat? Hello, hello, hello. Hey Severus, how's it going? I believe, luckily, I actually double jeopardy. Hold on. Don't tend to comment on Fallout stuff, which I don't. Just because, dude, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. The craziest people alive are fucking Fallout fans. Like the hardcore ones. They're freaking crazy, man. No, I'm from the land of Ohio. 'Tis a silly, but I mean, if you're in Ohio, you might as well be from the Seven Kingdoms. Keebler has some deep dark magic in their cookies. I know it. I'm not a Keebler. God damn it. Ick. Okay, I'm still looking for. Where is it? Going live, Elon. This is why I cover shit. Oh, here we go. Okay, so. Yeah, this looks good. Okay, so it was it's a little while ago. It's like 5 days ago now, or whatever. But we had Discord make some bullshit. As many of you know, Discord announced earlier this month that next month they are going to roll out. They're basically going to be setting everybody's account to the teen experience, and if you want full features unlocked, whatever the fuck that means, you have to give them a face scan, which is biometric data, by the way, or your government ID. Obviously, this is a big problem. Like a huge problem, actually. So, in light of this, this is something that I responded to. This is their response to the initial backlash. We're gonna read it, gonna go over my thoughts on it, and going to start talk about what it means for our community. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, even though we do, we try to keep things pretty much on a level on our Discord server that, like, I don't think we're gonna be hit by anything. I don't really feel comfortable with members of my community having to provide a platform, facial ID, fucking biometric data, or the government ID. So we are looking into alternatives to Discord as this is all going on. Yes, Discord literally leaked 70,000 IDs in October, last October. Oh, thank you so much for the 10. Baking some cookies now, so everyone should see Eva baking. Also head pats. Thank you for the head pats. The only thing Eva should be cooking is the ethics of natural. Whoa, what the fuck? Eva, you should make a social platform and call it Elfbook. I'm not calling it Elfbook. Discord is always lying. Yes, it's true. In fact, I want to show you. I want to show you how much they're lying. All the time. This is them. You guys are gonna love it, I'm sure. This is not a club I get to play often. But I do have it here. Okay, here we go.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god. Stop you fucking lying.
Anyway, wow, thank you so much. Thank you for the gifted membership. So who was it? Oh! Lowell Bert Terry, and haven't seen you in a hot minute. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted members. That's super awesome. I don't have the yes thing that Leo Mindset does, but I am planning on getting that. Eva Baking Stream or Eva Bake Stream. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna be baked as shit during the baking stream, because it's the only way I'm gonna get through it. Also, I still need to do some world hopping and find a good world to actually put the stream on, because it's in 2 weeks. One time, welcome to the chat. But okay, so that's what's going on there. But let's see what Discord has decided to say. We've seen some questions about our age assurance update, and we want to share more clarity. We know how important these changes are to our community. Here's what we want you to know. Discord is not requiring everyone to complete a face scan or upload an ID to use Discord. The fact that you're requiring anybody after the fact that you've shown you can't retain this data properly is kind of like the big thing, in my opinion, but... let's see here. Oh, thank you so much for the 5, Dargan Bell. So you're an elf. Are you a vampire or a dhampir? So that's actually a good question. Thematically, I am a snow or ice elf vampire, from Icewind Dale, in D&D. Mechanically, I'm usually a dhampire, as like the custom race. Just because it makes it a little bit easier. Usually does a couple, usually I retain a few things from the from the Frost Elf custom race in Icewind Dale. But yeah, it's basically, most Eva... Yeah, Eva is usually, thematically, a vampire, an elf vampire. Mechanically, if you're talking D&D terms, he's usually a dhampir. Anyway, let's continue here. Look, tomorrow I'm gonna be on the Archcast, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to hear me geek out about TTRPGs, I think that's something they do over there, and I'll catch you there tomorrow. But let's see here. The vast majority of people can continue using Discord exactly as they do today, without ever being asked to confirm their age. You need to be an adult to access age-restricted experiences, such as age-restricted servers and channels, or to modify certain safety settings. For the majority of adult users, we will be able to confirm your age group using information we already have. We use age prediction to do... Oh my god, I hate this fucking corpo babble. We use age prediction to determine with high confidence when a user is an adult. This, by the way, I usually trip that shit. I know some of my mods do too. This allows many adults to access age-appropriate features without completing an explicit age check. For additional confirmation required, we offer multiple privacy-forward options through trusted partners. Facial scans never leave your device. Discord and our vendor partners never receive it. This is a lie. This is a fucking bull-faced fucking lie. Why? Because while initially thank you, by the way, thank you. Look, one of the best things to ever happen to Twitter and X in general is honestly community notes. I fucking love community notes. Anyway, as per this community note, while initially Discord may have never sent your data to their vendor after failure of the system being shown, facehand bypasses, they are swapping vendors to Persona, who does in fact receive and retain your data. Persona is also funded by Peter Thiel. Discord lied. So there you go. Discord is fucking straight up lying. I rage. IDs are used to get your age only and then deleted. They are not. Discord only receives your age. That said, we know this is a lie. So at this point, I don't feel like reading any of this other techno battle or any of this any of it. I'm sorry, but no. You fucking lied. You out the gate. You lied to me. Why the fuck would I read your FAQ? They'll be protecting children by labeling a bunch of adults as teens and having them contain exclusively the spaces not directed at adults. I know. It's fucking wild is what it is. I don't understand it. Anyway, that is a big part of why we are currently looking at alternatives to our community server, you know, where you guys get all the information, you suggest things to me, we have memes and all the shit that happens in that server. Well, I really don't want it to be on Discord anymore. So we're looking into that. But beyond that, we have other things to be talking about. Oh, actually, in relation to all that stuff, hold on. What's this? Okay, cannot. Okay, this is why I don't like to usually open up Discord, but I have to because... Let's see here. I'm looking for Ezra. I'm looking for the article you sent me in DMs. The one that I said I was going to cover. Thank you. Where is it? The one encryption, is that it? Granite Act, thank you. My god, wow. I am so sorry. Jesus. Alright, let's talk about the Granite Act. Shall we? Oh my god. I have the bullets here. No, I got it. Thank you so much. I have it. So, the Granite Act. Oh my god, I cannot believe. Okay, can I... Jesus Christ. Is this a... Yes, okay. December of last year. How Congress can strike back against foreign policy, privacy gain. Wyoming. Granite Act. Holy shit, is this just the bill? Yeah, this is the bill as it was introduced in the Wyoming. Now, from what I understand, this is actually gained. There are elf-shaped... Of course there are oh my god damn it. So, here we go. Jesus, that's more than the actual act itself. What is this? Oh, it's just people. Okay, so PrestonBryan.com. This looks alright. Yeah, this looks alright. Alright. So, the Granite Act. How Congress can strike back against foreign censors. There's some updates. Oh, thank you so much for the 5. Discord's only competition, Skype, shuts down and they suddenly get all uppity and start doxing their users. You know, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, it was last year, or, didn't Skype announce they were shutting down? It's a lot of updates. Please find below the draft text of the Granite Bill, a bill I have offered to New Hampshire legislature. Okay, so this is the New Hampshire version of the bill, but I have right here the Wyoming version of the bill. An act related to civil procedure. Creating the Wyoming Granite Act. Providing legislative findings, creating a private right of action against foreign censorship threats, attempts and enforcement, establishing personal jurisdiction, venue, and alternative service, imposing joint and several liability acts across foreign states, agencies, or instrumentalities, and responsible foreign officials subject to federal law, providing remedies, providing non-recognition of certain foreign judgments, providing construction, FSIA savings, severability, and effective date. Be it enacted by the legislature of the state of Wyoming. So, what that all was. This is supposed to allow the private citizen an option for fighting back when a platform decides to enforce foreign law on United States citizens. Oh, thank you so much, Temp, for the raid. Thank you very much. Welcome, welcome, raiders. Welcome, raiders. But yeah, so, short title, this shall be known as the Wyoming Granite Act, guaranteeing rights against novel international tyranny and extortion. Definitions are used in this chapter. I don't care about any of this. Do you have a jurisdiction standing venue? Okay. Oh no! Darn it! That's not what I wanted. Cause of action joint. Okay, well, okay. The significance of the Granite Act. The Granite Act aims to allow U.S. persons, individuals, or companies to sue foreign governments or regulators that attempt to impose censorship or content moderation rules on them. Under the bill, foreign censorship enforcement would lose sovereign immunity in U.S. courts. The bill sets up a private right of action if a foreign regulator attempts to force a U.S.-based platform or user to moderate or remove content. The affected party can bring a civil lawsuit for damages, statutory damages, trouble damages, or a share of revenue, and seek injunctive relief. It also prohibits state cooperation. It states that adopted with foreign censorship enforcement, meaning local authorities couldn't help foreign regulators apply their laws to U.S. entities. Its purpose is to shield U.S. platforms from foreign speech laws. If passed at federal or widely adopted at state level, it could protect U.S.-based tech companies from legal pressures by foreign governments seeking to force them to comply with a foreign country's content or online safety laws, aka the Online Safety Act in the UK. That means platforms might feel more confident hosting speech that would be legal in the US, even if disallowed overseas. It would reduce external censorship pressure. Platforms or users would have a real deterrent against removal requests coming from abroad, because they'd face liability and potentially huge damages if they comply. That could limit overbroad moderation, especially on controversial or politically sensitive content that foreign regimes try to suppress. The aim is to protect user rights under U.S. free speech norms. The Act reinforces the principle that U.S. free speech protections under the First Amendment should govern what happens on U.S. servers, regardless of foreign laws. that may preserve a more permissive speech environment on US-hosted platforms. Basically, this will allow us to sue the English. If the Granite Act becomes law, it might make US-based platforms less vulnerable to foreign attempts to apply censorship standards, which may see as a win for free expression globally, or at least for Americans. The protections are primarily for US-based entities or users, so content hosted outside the US or by non-US companies might not benefit. The Granite Act draws inspiration from prior US legislation like the Speech Act of 2010, which was designed to prevent foreign libel judgments from being enforced in US courts, a narrower but related protection for free speech. The Granite Act goes beyond libel, targeting foreign censorship regimes broadly, including hate speech, misinformation, online safety, and other content moderation rules. Can we manifest our destiny in Europe? No, we're not going full manifest destiny. First of all, we got that from Europe. How the fuck are we going back? Turning back and re-manifest destiny in Europe? That would be so weird. Anyway. The timing matters, with increasing pressure from regulators abroad. For example, under the Online Safety Act in the UK, proponents of Granite see it as a vital counterbalance to preserve what they consider core free speech values for US tech platforms. It doesn't necessarily require platforms to allow all speech, it simply limits the ability of foreign governments to force takedowns under foreign laws. Moderation can still happen under US law, platform policy, or other pressures. It doesn't override domestic US laws. Speech that is illegal under US law, such as criminal threats or defamation, would still be subject to removal or liability. Jesus, I need to drink some water. Hold on. Oh man. Alright, then we're refilling my water now. Hold on. If I take my attention away from my water dispenser, I will literally forget about it, and then it'll overflow my cup, and it'll be bad. Okay. It doesn't guarantee that platforms will side with users. Even if legally protected, platforms may weigh operational or reputational risk and decide to moderate anyway. If enacted, the Granite Act would bolster free speech on US-based platforms by making it harder for foreign governments to impose their censorship rules on Americans. For platforms, users, and content creators who publish or distribute free speech that is legal in the US but disallowed elsewhere, it could offer stronger protection. If passed, it would hugely discomfort Ofcom and the EU, who seem to think they can override US free speech rights under the First Amendment. Maybe it's time they were brought to heel. Date US Pug gets to stay as my background without the UK arresting me when I visit. I mean, I guess technically. Really missed your house twice. How's it going? Colonizing the colonizers, but also EO that would require touching most European countries, yeah. I have a feeling that what Discord is doing now is going to become standard everywhere in the coming years. It has a very real risk of doing that, but that's kind of like where we fight back. If the common user of Discord responds to Discord's announcement by telling them to kick rocks and dropping their nitro and just not paying, like just literally dropping support for Discord, and you watch in a month a Discord pretty much going from making enough money to almost go public to being absolutely destitute, that's because of us. That's because of the consumer. And if other companies see that and see that, no, you can't pull what Discord's trying to pull, well then that is our dam to hold up against what's trying to happen. But I want to touch Ireland, not UK Ireland, but the Republic of Ireland. Well, that's fine. Go touch it if you want. Bam, okay. What's going on here? Okay. I do need monster. Sorry, somebody just posted and fan art says she needs a monster, and I did one out of monster yesterday. Okay. What about revenue from selling user data? Well, that's already legally dubious, and like if you can prove that they were selling your data, right, and it wasn't like sold during a leak or whatever the fuck, right, which is usually how they get away with that shit. It's already usually legally actionable if you get caught with that. So and now it's only ever as useful as its enforceability. That's not really enforced, so it's kind of like moot, you know. Need more Deadeye Eva art looking over law books. Law books. Whole bugs. Okay, let's see what else we have here. We have plenty of things. Oh yeah, yeah, we have a few things. I forgot about this. Okay, oh yeah, this is a wild one. I actually brought this one up. It's from 2024. But hey, stop that. 2 minutes, maybe. But, we have this weird thing. This says, parents accuse school employees of giving students sleep aid stickers. Apparently, these were like stickers that had like chemicals like melanin or melatonin and stuff on them that would like force these kids to fucking go to sleep during nap time. And like, it's a big scandal. I have to show you guys. Straight up, I have to show you guys. Okay, here we go. Something perpendicular, something, no, whatever, shut up. Okay, here we go.
Texas demanding Now with our GMA cover story, parents in Texas demanding action after multiple employees at an elementary school allegedly gave sleeping aid patches containing melatonin to 4-year-olds. Stephanie Ramos is here with more on this story. Good morning to you, Steph.
Lara, good morning. It all came to light when a 4-year-old returned home from preschool with a sticker. Her mom says the sticker looked suspicious, and when she started to do her research, she found the sticker was actually a sleeping patch containing melatonin for adults.
This morning, an investigation is underway at a Houston school after preschool teachers were accused of giving kids, quote, special stickers that are believed to be sleeping aids.
I had straight anxiety just thinking about what's going on with the school.
Last month, Lisa Luviano says her 4-year-old daughter came home from school with a sticker that featured a moon and clouds.
It caught mine and Dad's attention.
Look,
and we asked, what did she say? And
look at this. Hold on. There, look at that. That does not even look like it's made for adults. Why the fuck are you putting stickers that has like fucking sleepy time baby stuff on it and you're just lacing this with melatonin? How the fuck?
Sticker that featured a moon and clouds.
It caught mine and Dad's attention, and we asked, what did she say? And she said, it's a sleeping sticker. And I asked her, where do you get this? She's like, well, my teacher gives it to me for sleeping time.
Luviano says she went to the school the next day to report the sticker she believes was melatonin, but claims her concerns weren't immediately addressed.
They said they were going to keep up with us, that they're here for us. 2 days later, she calls back. The teacher's still there.
The district telling ABC station KTRK the staff members in question were immediately removed from the classroom and placed on administrative leave pending an ongoing investigation by the Spring ISD Police Department, and that it takes every allegation of educator misconduct seriously and will take all necessary measures to ensure that our students are educated in a safe and nurturing environment.
So, my question is, and maybe I can find this real quick. What happened to Northgate Elementary? Yeah. Okay, well, As of February of 2026, the civil lawsuit is ongoing. Criminal charges have been filed against the school employees. Fuck. In late 2024, 5 sets of parents filed a lawsuit against 3 teachers, alleging civil assault. The lawsuit claims the stickers were used as corporal punishment in the form of melatonin. Oh no. Is that what they said? There's so many other ways. They might lose that. They might lose that just for that stupid of a fucking argument. There's... Ah, god damn it. That's so stupid. I don't know that they're even gonna win this, guys. Like, that is the stupidest cause of action I've ever heard. Yeah, I'm not, I don't know how that one works. Okay, let's see here. Next one. Oh no. Hold on, chat. I got you, chat. Do I not? What the heck? Well, there's something weird going on. Okay, really? There. Now that's gonna not work, right? So then... How did this break? Oh no. Chat is broken. Okay, I'm gonna try something here. Oh my god, it's really gonna do this. This means I have to literally go here. I have to copy this. I have to I don't want to delete it. Really? You gonna do this to me right now? You know, I think this is very rude. I'm just gonna say it right now. Okay, it's just not working. Oh, now it'll work. So that was extremely rude of OBS. Not gonna lie. Super rude. Alright, so what the heck were we doing? Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, this one's a little wild. Oh yeah, this is something. Here we go, here we go. So this is something that's kind of annoyed me. And it's annoyed me because... I don't even know. Look, I'm just gonna read it and show you why. And I'm sure you'll understand. You'll understand my rage. My rage. My like read. So, government loses hard drives it was supposed to put ICE detention center footage on. You heard that right. So the ICE has been dealing with a lot of issues because in an attempt to exercise oversight over these ICE detention facilities, judges and congressmen and legislators alike have been trying to reel in ICE. One of the things that has been done is multiple judges have come out and ordered that this data, you know, involving the actual body, like not the body cam footage, but the security cam footage in the ICE detention center be saved and be saved onto these hard drives. That way they can be revealed properly. The government's saying it lost those hard drives. I'm so fucking pissed. Like, look, I understand there's lots of people who support what ICE is doing, but this is why I can't. It's not incompetence if it was delivered, exactly. Fucking exactly. As much as I want to be like, hey, fucking go get them at ICE, go get the worst out of here, you know, fucking deport people who are here illegally, fine, that's fine. But that's not what they're doing. And they know it's not what they're doing, which is why they are actively obstructing justice. That's my issue. So, the legal saga over surveillance footage from within an immigration and customs enforcement detention center in suburban Chicago has reached new levels of absurdity, with the federal government losing 3 hard drives it was supposed to put footage on, refusing to provide footage from 5 critical surveillance cameras, and delivering soundless video of a highly contested visit from Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. Oh wow, wow, that's weird. You guys are refusing to provide. That's weird. Okay. We have repeatedly recovered an abuse lawsuit about living conditions within the Broadview detention facility. The federal government has claimed that 10 days of footage from within the facility, taken during a critical and highly contested period, was irretrievably destroyed and could not be produced as part of the lawsuit, which was oh, dude, there's no way. Okay, let's see here. And could not be produced as part of a lawsuit, which was brought by people being held at Broadview, in what were allegedly horrendous conditions. It later said that due to a system crash, the footage was never recorded in the first. So, wait a minute. You're telling so first, it was irretrievably destroyed. Then it was lost due to a system crash. Then it was never recorded in the first year. You're lying. You're clearly lying. And honestly, we need to fucking whip ICE into shape. This is ridiculous. This should not be going on. Oh, get out of here. Sorry. The latest update in this case, however, deals with surveillance camera footage that was recorded and that a judge has ordered the federal government to turn over. For this footage, the federal government first claimed that it could not afford the storage space necessary to take the footage that it did have and produce it for discovery to the plaintiff's lawyers in the case. The plaintiff's lawyers, representing Broadview's detainees, then purchased 78 terabytes of empty hard drives and gave them to the federal government. According to court record, wow, okay. So this is pretty cool. Guys, this is actually really cool. So the lawyers and the people who are suing the government, right? The government's like, guys, we don't have the money to get all of this fucking data to you. So they're like, alright, bet. And they fucking called their bluff and they bought them 78 terabytes of empty hard drives and gave them and said, here, put them on this. That's pretty fucking based, I'm not gonna lie. That's about That's about as good of a move. Exactly, Nerdy Text and Accountant. That's an amazing move. That's just, that's so fucking captivating. Okay, so this included 3 8TB SSDs and 3 18TB HDDs. Kind of like these other documents that were on her desk that never existed and are redacted into nothing. It looks like there was actually a combination of the two. Saper, because you were wondering. Court records note that plaintiffs provided defendants with 5 large hard drives to facilitate defendants' production, yet defendants inexplicitly lost 3 of them. Emails submitted to evidence suggest the U.S. government and the plaintiffs' attorneys had a call to discuss the lost hard drives. One of the emails sent by plaintiffs' attorneys to the Department of Justice in late January notes that the government had been exceedingly slow in producing footage, taking weeks to produce just a small amount of footage. This has been their MO. They're like, okay, well, if we put it on, we release it on a trickle, maybe they'll go away. No, give it all at once, you fucking dummy. There should be plenty of hard drive space at Broadview's disposal, the email reads. The team there should currently have in its possession 5 hard drives with 72 terabytes of space, provided by plaintiff's counsel at the last 2 site visits. We have received only 1 hard drive back from Broadview to date. Copying of November-December footage should have taken place over the past week so that it could be delivered to plaintiff's counsel today when they visit Broadview this afternoon. At the very least, that footage should be being copied now. Discuss production. Okay. The 2 sides then arranged a phone call, and summary of which was emailed by plaintiff's attorneys to the Department of Justice. Thanks for the productive call this morning for the benefit of everyone. We discussed the production of video footage. You relayed that at present your agency contact knows where 2 of the 5 hard drives are. That you have relayed that copying of footage from November to present for all 10 feeds and footage from September to November for the 5 additional cameras should be underway. You will investigate further where the remaining hard drives are and will also work on a plan to exchange footage on a more regular basis than plaintiff's counsel's weekly visits. We discussed providing a counting of the hard drives to facilitate your conversations with personnel at Broadview. On January 8th, plaintiff's counsel delivered 4 hard drives to Broadview during an attorney visit. 1 was a 20 terabyte hard drive. 3 were 8 terabyte SSD drives. On January 16th, plaintiff's counsel received the Broadview one of the 8 terabyte SSD drives containing 150 gigabytes of footage from 5 cameras for 1 week in January. Also on January 16th, plaintiff's counsel provided personnel at Broadview, Taylor in particular, with 2 18 terabyte hard drives. The sum total of storage capacity Broadview should have is 5 drives with a total of 72 terabytes of space. Using the production we have received to date, we anticipate that the government owes us at least 15 terabytes of footage. Also, hello. Days later, the Department of Justice told the plaintiff's attorney that they are still searching for those hard drives at Broadview. The plaintiff's attorneys responded losing multiple drives provided to facilitate speedy production is not acceptable, and the missing hard drives and lack of production of any footage predating January remains a significant prejudicial issue. Absolutely. A filing by the plaintiffs with the court highlights some of the ongoing issues they have had with the government complying with court-order discovery requirements. Well, fucking Brady violations then. Which includes the lost hard drives, missing footage from only 5 of the 10 cameras that were supposed to be delivered. A separate filing notes that footage produced by the government from a high-profile visit to Nome is missing audio, despite visible professional microphones and cell phones with audio capabilities in the footage. Oh, thank you so much for the 10, Nerdy Text and Accountant, and welcome to Jarl. Silva. I know this seems like a stupid question, but what computer system, what they're using? I asked this because the system for launching nuclear missiles still were using floppy disks in 2012. I have no idea. I have no idea what the systems they were using are. Maybe their footage was 8x1 drive. Yeah, maybe they didn't pay their Dropbox subscription. Okay, let's see here. Plaintiffs have gone above and beyond their obligations under federal law to streamline rolling production of such footage. Purchasing expensive hard drives and agreeing to transport the pickup those drives from Broadview during weekly attorney visits. Defendants agreed to this arrangement, they wrote in the filing, yet defendants have fallen unacceptably short of their production obligations. Defendants have provided no footage from 5 of the 10 camera feeds. Defendants have also failed to provide footage for a near 2-month span for the remaining 5 camera feeds. What's more, defendants have purportedly lost multiple hard drives provided by plaintiff's counsel. There's no excuse for defendants' discovery failures. I honestly agree. This, like, any good faith or benefit of the doubt that you might have been giving ICE beforehand should be pretty much out the window now. They're actively obstructing, allowing for actual accountability, checks and balances and shit like that. That's what this is for, and they're pretty much thumbing the fucking American justice system. The filing notes the 5 missing cameras are specifically from detainee isolation cells. Despite the cells being a part of plaintiff's complaint, of course, it's the fucking, you don't want to show the fucking horrid conditions in the fucking detention facility, so of course you're not fucking providing those 5 camera feeds. The produced feeds show egregious conditions but were insufficient to provide plaintiffs the discovery necessary to fully investigate their claims. These cells were designed to hold 1 person at a time but were allegedly being used to hold multiple detainees at a time during a critical period that the lawsuit covers. Such cells were also where ICE hold detainees with acute medical or mental health conditions, including those who have suffered medical emergencies while in detention, and where it holds detainees who have been subjected to use of force by officers while inside of the facility. The filing says the plaintiffs learned that the government lost the hard drives in late January, when the government claimed that it had returned all the hard drives to plaintiffs' attorneys, and that it had run out of storage space with which to provide them court-ordered footage. And there you have it. Can I just move somewhere still under mafia control upper in 100 for chat for real? Alright, let's see here. On January 28th, defendants' counsel relayed that Broadview personnel had advised that they were out of storage space on drives provided by plaintiffs, reporting that all drives provided by plaintiffs had been returned to them. So they're just fucking lying now. No, we got them back to you. This was the first indication that some or all of 70 terabytes worth of hard drives were unaccounted for, they wrote. In the days since, the government has admitted that it cannot find 3 of the 5 hard drives that should be in its possession. Plaintiffs are waiting on months of footage. Every day that passes, what this evidence compounds the prejudice to the plaintiff's ability to prepare for the upcoming hearing. Defendants' foot-dragging and poor organizational practices, and their instinct to rely on plaintiffs to take the laboring or for the purchase, delivery, pickup, and return of storage devices to facilitate defendants' discovery obligations cannot be permitted. And there you go. ICE just fucking up more and more. Generally doesn't look good. There should be camera footage of everything. There is, but they're refusing to give it over. And what happened, Dory, because I don't think you were in here before, but when the plaintiffs actually filed this lawsuit, the attorneys actually fucking bought the government 5 hard drives containing about 70 terabytes worth of space that just said, okay, you are trying to claim that you don't have the space or the ability to give us this, so here are the hard drives. Put it on these and then we'll be good. And then the fucking, the government just dragged their feet and then tried to say, oh, we ran out of space again, sorry. We gave you all the hard drives that you gave us. And like, no, you fucking didn't. And then the government just, admitted that they have lost 3 of the 5 hard drives that were purchased for them. So that's what happened there. It's not even that there aren't cameras there, it's that there are cameras there. The government has the footage, they're just refusing to comply with discovery requirements. Which is ridiculous. Alright, let's see here. What else we got? We got some other stuff. Oh, Joey. Oh, Neil. Actually, I might not be horribly against that. Hold on. We had, God, what else did we have? Jesus, I'm tired all of a sudden. Check their home computers. For 8 terabyte hard drives, yeah. 10 for some yapping. Da. Have we hit the goal yet? Have we? Let's see. No, 2 out of 5. Getting closer. But 2 out of 5. Alright, let's see here. Okay. VTubers out of context. Let's see. I know I have more than just this. Oh yeah, let's have this. I mean, it's just a headline, really. I guess we can look into it. But Texas teen arrested for shooting and killing his best friend after he refused to share his Wingstop french fries. Look, I know Wingstop fries are pretty good. But I don't think they're that good. I don't think they are shoot and kill your best friend because he didn't share his fries with you. I think that might be slightly an overreaction. Call me crazy. I don't know, what do you guys think? Alright, let's news and drama. Get your own frost, normal reaction. Slightly. Alright, let's see here. Navy, and USS Truxton colliding with the Caribbean during an underway replenishment refueling operation. Sailing the USS Gettysburg alongside to starboard since the Blake could not maneuver. The video shows the moment Truxton loses control and maneuvers into the starboard midships. Okay, well, I don't care. Apparently, the unseen foes confirm the targeted individual program, which uses neural weapons and V2K or voice-to-skull technology to telepathically harass its victims. What? I'm sorry, what? Okay, I might have found something for you guys. What the fuck is this? Festiva, what the hell? I'm pretty sure you posted this. Okay. What is this? And her husband, Blake, are leaders of a prostitution, child molesting, sex trafficking syndicate known as the Ashley Madison Network. A large majority of the funding for said network is held in the accounts of capital investors and property they have acquired. Much of the property is used to house people with radio transmitters. These transmitters send a signal of RF audio and video that are used to make people receive the signal in a way that interferes with their central nervous system. What the fuck? What? Sorry, what? These transmitter people use extensive conditioning techniques to make people experience tactile, auditory, and visual hallucinations. It is used extensively to molest children. These transmitters often are readily visible from the street as satellite dishes, between the radio signal that is recorded of a person near a transceiver and the conditioning. People who hear the transmission begin to experience sensations similar to the person who made the recording. This ham radio technique makes it seem as though people are hearing voices and feeling these other hallucinations that often resemble sexual interactions with other people. This technology is what was used to communicate to and harass Jeffrey Epstein while in prison. What? Giant people commit suicide is a common practice with these transmitters. They also frequently attempt to replicate break-ins and home invasions. For some reason, people who have them meddle in the lives of others and attempt to cause as much harm as possible. I think this is insanity. I have no idea what this is. But, that's fucking crazy, is what that is. I'm reading this and just going, where do you find this crazy stuff, Eva? It's fucking posted in my channel. Okay, so you can use it. Yeah, so you can use it on yourself. Oh. Yo, but like, could I use it? We'll call that masturbation blows. Okay, what is this one? Breaking. According to U.S. officials, speaking to the New York Times, currently operating in Caribbean will be redeployed to the Middle East. Okay. House Republicans announce investigation into Bad Bunny's Super Bowl performance? Oh, Jesus. Okay. Alleging the Spanish lyrics were inappropriate for television. Well, I'm gonna let you know right now, as someone who can speak Spanish, Bad Bunny was fucking basically mumble talking. I'm sorry. I couldn't understand a word he was goddamn saying, and, I don't know how well you're going to be able to actually do that. Internationalists and TikTok don't know kids to telepathically vibe me, Jesus. They censored names, but just missed right after that. They can casually beam thoughts into your head. How did they miss the suicide job to censor? Well, I mean, that's not something that would be worth censoring. Is the thing that, like, they're only allowed limited redactions. Also, thank you very much, Festiva, for the vibe. I can't blame them with how bad it was. The HTDT, the HD2 clankers will definitely use it. Actually, I have a clip here. We have a good clip. We have a cleansing clip. From whatever the fuck that was, because I need a cleansing clip after that.
So, Grandpa, how's the South been treating you?
Great, ever since I bought this Tesla robot at an auction in Charleston.
Oh, wow. Kind of weird seeing someone like you with one of these.
Everyone in the South has them now. It's a way of life. It might do you well to get yourself a clanker.
What did you just say?
Clanker. That's what they called, ain't it?
Just the way you're saying it sounds really wrong.
He ain't a real person. Maybe a fraction of a person at most. Like half or 3/4. Maybe somewhere in between.
There it is again. The way you're describing him just sounds a little racist.
Boy, you should see the way we talk to the clankers out in the field. This one here gets special treatment because he's a house clanker.
House clanker? This sounds like slavery.
No, you city folk just haven't learned how to adjust to a new way of life.
Sounds like an old way of life.
Here in the South, we love our clankers. We give him shelter, keep him charged, but if he acts up, I will whip him into shape and put him in the hot box.
Hot box? I'm leaving.
The hot box is his charging station, see? It heats up his battery using infrared light.
Alright. The clankers, they don't get rights yet. Fuck. Alright, let's see here. What else do we have? The Supreme Court announces that February 20th will be its next opinion day as markets await the ruling on the legality of President Trump's tariffs. Well, fuck. Mark your goddamn calendars. Let's be real on that one. Oh shit. Oh no! Oh no! Guys! Guys, this is... We have a problem. Thomas Massey just fucking posted. I am not suicidal. I eat healthy food. The brakes on my car and truck are in good shape. I practice good trigger discipline and never point a gun at anyone, including myself. There are no deep pools of water on my farm, and I'm a pretty good swimmer. That's not good. That's... Oh no! That's, Hey everyone, everybody. Akari will... Wait. Akari will... Mazaze? Dancing on the planet. Dance. Thank you so much for the 10. That gives us, what is that? 3 out of 5, guys. We have 1 minute left on the goal. Can anybody do it? Can we do it? We need 2 more super chats in the teal tier. And the VRC baking stream will be on here. Actually, we only need 1 more. Because I'll do this. Ready, chat? 50 seconds left. I'm pretty sure I can avoid this. I could. That's yellow. Yeah, fire yellow. There we go. Tubsugi love part. Okay, 30 seconds to spare. Hello? There we go. And the goal is complete. Oh, we have even more. The Bad Bunny stuff is wild. Given how the company behind him is run by an ex-Venezuelan minister. Oh, and the Puerto Rico flag he flew was the Puerto Rican independence flag used by commies. Was it really? So wait, what's the difference between the two? Next goal, we only have like 30 minutes left on the stream. What should I put on as the next goal? It's not gonna be a very long-standing goal. Breaking. The U.S. military is preparing for the possibility of a sustained and week-long operation against Iran if President Trump orders an attack, sources tell Reuters. Yeah, I mean, I'm not ever putting that as a thing, as a whatever the fuck. A head tat goal. Okay. But what does that mean? Oh, that's really funny. I heard that there used to be a Pokemon Go stop. A Pokestop on Epstein Island. A fucking wild. Just in, the Pentagon orders second aircraft carrier strike group to prepare to deploy to the Middle East. Likely the USS George H.W. Bush as the U.S. military prepares for another attack on Iran. Hey, the no new worst president, people. Yo! Here's some crazy news. Hold on, check this out, guys. Apparently, Japanese scientists have managed to use CRISPR to remove the extra chromosome in Down syndrome. That would be pretty, groundbreaking if true. Iran is not going to be the 51st state. I'm not exactly a big fan of the commies. Okay. Let's see here. What else do we have? Popular internet streamer. Oh, what? Oh! Ew, that was a really gross... Autism cat, but that... no, we're not even... Candidate school streaming, we're not gonna cover that right now. U.S. military engaged high-energy lasers to shoot down what appear to be foreign drones near the southern border. Oh, yeah! That was, when, they had, I think it was El Paso, right? They closed down all the airspace around El Paso. I am not legally a Keebler. Great, you remove the extra chromosome from one cell. Now do the rest. Would it be illegal to point out that the United States has established precedent that it is not an act of war for a nation to abduct foreign politicians for the purpose of trying them for a crime? I'm not pointing it out, I'm just asking if it would be illegal to do so. I mean, here's the issue. And we're keeping we're keeping an eye on Maduro's thing, but apparently this isn't even the first time we've done this. Apparently we did this to Panama in like the 90s or some shit. There's like been a few times where we literally quite boldly in the face of any international laws or treaty just taken a foreign dignitary and been like, yeah, you're on trial for crimes that are not even in our jurisdiction to enforce. But it's a fucking mess is what it is. So Shane, we could do this again. We could. We fucking have. Maduro to Iranian Boogaloo. Operation Just Cause. I mean, we did that with with Operation Just Cause. Wait, was that a thing? What the fuck? Wait. You guys, wait. Operation Just Cause. Oh my god, it's real! Yeah, it's the invasion of Panama, holy fucking shit! 1989! What the fuck? So would it be illegal to say if a foreign power got a hold of the redacted files that they would not be declaring war on the US to go scoop names from them? Okay, let me read that again. So would it be illegal to say if a foreign power got a hold of the redacted files that they would not be declaring war on the US to scoop names from them? I mean, sadly, like, it seems like on the international scale, the United States is once again subscribing to the mindset of might makes right. And after World War II, we set up several things to make sure that doesn't happen, because the last person who thought that got their country hammer spanked so far into oblivion that, like, it was bad, right? Are you really making a pro-Maduro argument? Absolutely not. All I'm saying is that, Happy Valentine's, you stunted elf. Oh, I guess it's Valentine's over where you are. But no, I'm not making a pro-Maduro argument. Maduro was objectively a bad guy and he had to go. Now, was the United States the necessary vessel to do that? Maybe, maybe not. But whether or not it was a good or not thing for us to do that, the fact of the matter is, it's pretty much kind of been a step on your toes situation on the international scale. We shouldn't swing around or wait, but if it's a positive, I don't see a problem. I mean, that's kind of the thing too, right? Like, okay, Maduro's out, but who replaced Maduro? His vice president, who literally just told Trump to kick rocks, and from what I see, Trump hasn't done anything with that. Right? So, what did we really accomplish in taking Maduro but leaving his entire regime in charge, including its line of succession? My only complaint is a lack of drip across the board. Didn't the states already have an extradition for Maduro? I don't know that they did. Let me see. I mean, we had a bounty on him. An extradition, let's call it an extradition order on Maduro. I mean, we, actually, here's the thing. We actually read through the indictment of Maduro. It's one of my, more recent videos. And from what I remember, a lot of, like, what we got him for is not what we're charging him with. That's what's kind of the weird thing. Okay. In Argentina, a case on Maduro's alleged crimes was filed in 2023. An international arrest warrant for Maduro was issued in 2024. In February 2026, an extradition of Maduro was requested after his capture. Argentine federal judge Sebastian Ramos signed a warrant on Maduro for crimes against humanity. Oh, so that's interesting. Whoever asked about extradition, apparently, Argentina is trying to get Maduro from the United States because Maduro is facing crimes against humanity in Argentina. When is the court date for Maduro? Well, let me see if I can look that up. When is Maduro's next hearing? Nicolas Maduro's next court hearing in the United States is scheduled for March 17th of 2026. Maduro and his wife, Celia Flores, appeared in a Manhattan federal court on January 5th, 2026 to face charges of narco-terrorism and drug trafficking. They pleaded not guilty and are currently held in federal custody with their lawyers planning to contest the legality of the arrest and claim head of state immunity. Now, I'm going to say something right here. One thing that people have to understand is this is actually going to be... Hold on. There we go. So, this is going to be very hard to argue, and do you know why? It doesn't have anything to do with Trump. The fact of the matter is, during Biden's administration, he actually revoked, via executive order, Maduro's head of state status. And internationally, Maduro has not been recognized as the leader, as the true leader of Venezuela. So it might be actually very difficult to get a head of state claim through with a judge, given his head of state status has actually been stripped since like 2023. So, yeah. This follows the capture U.S. forces of Venezuela on January 3rd, after which Maduro declared himself a kidnapped president. He was a de facto leader. The fact of the matter is, if all we had done is just like remove Maduro and then like the party that was supposed to, the girl that was actually elected president last year, like if she was just put in, okay, cool. But that's not what we did. We're continuing to fuck around in their state, which tells me it wasn't really about anything but the oil that Trump is trying to make hand over fist profit on. Eva, he's not going to trial. We'll see if he goes to trial or not. Has the USA captured a head of state for prosecution? Yeah. Alright, here we go. So, here's the other ones. The other one was... This is the one I was thinking about. Yeah, it's Operation Just Cause. I think you guys were talking about. Manuel Noriega. Following the 1989 U.S. invasion of the Panama, dictator Manuel was captured and brought to the U.S. to face drug trafficking and racketeering charges, marking a precedent for this type of action. So, the first time that this was done by the United States in a way that's like been recently recognized was Operation Just Cause. Hey Eva, are you familiar with the Invade the Hog Act? It is one of my favorite federal statutes. Let me see. It sounds familiar. The Haga Sophia? No, I'm kidding. Okay, here we go. The American Service Members Protection Act of 2002, named the Hog Invasion Act, is a U.S. law authorizing the president to use all means necessary and appropriate, including the fucking wall, to free U.S. military personnel or allied citizens detained by the International Criminal Court. It prohibits U.S. cooperation with the ICC, grants military aid to ICC participating countries, and aims to prevent American citizens from being prosecuted by the tribunal. Yeah, okay, I'm aware of this. But here's the problem. Right? Like, the USA might like, oh, well, we're not part of the International Crimes Court. We're not, well, you're capturing foreign heads of state. You are forcing yourself into international enforcement, which means you are bringing yourself under the jurisdiction of international crime courts and such like that. It's not a smart move for us to be doing things the way we're doing. These are big moves in Latin America, and I've been thinking about it a lot, like Venezuela, Cuba, Argentina, Panama. Do you think these are moves to eventually surround and isolate Mexico? I could see that. I think Trump has mentioned Cuba's next, right? Like, he's completely blockaded, like, any oil or extra stuff. Like, Cuba is facing, Here, let me actually show you guys. Let me do a little thing here. Cuba is facing economic collapse. And I believe it's right here.
Welcome back, everyone. For years, Cuba's ally, Venezuela, provided the small island nation with nearly half of its oil, a small lifeline for an already crippled economy. With the arrest and U.S. indictment of former Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and with pressure from the U.S., oil shipments to Cuba have now stopped. Today, Cuba warned international airlines that they will no longer be able to supply planes with jet fuel for at least a month. With rolling blackouts across Cuba, questions remain: how will Cuba survive without the aid of oil from Venezuela or other countries and stave off a humanitarian crisis? Here's ABC's Matt Rivers.
Havana, Cuba. The country's communist government has been plagued with problems over its 6 decades in power, many of its own making. Corruption, aging infrastructure, hurricanes, a struggling economy, international isolation, all pushing today's Cuba to the brink of a humanitarian crisis, and often leaving the island's streets blanketed in darkness. Blackouts, some lasting nearly all day, a common occurrence now. Using only the light of her phone, Idaña Acosta pours water from a bucket into a small pot for her family's daily needs. The water, used to cook, bathe, and drink, will have to last Idaña, her 2 children, and her ailing mother until the next shipment comes in 10 days.
Los niños están, por supuesto, sin comer, llegan de la escuela, mamá, que hambre, no sé cuánto, hay que esperar a que venga la corriente.
Unión Eléctrica recorded that 60 to 70% of the island went without electricity in December after a nationwide blackout left around 10 million Cubans without power for several days. Families like the Acostas work and eat by candlelight as the city softly hums with overworked generators. When the power grid doesn't work, only those lucky enough to have generators and enough gas to run them can keep the lights on. And the situation is only expected to get worse.
Es bastante complicado el tema del apagón. Cada día todo peor. Y si no hay una ayuda, aunque sea el petróleo, que es lo que más a nosotros nos favorece, es todo más para atrás y más difícil.
Cuba's already crippled economy is expected to get even weaker after U.S. forces captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife early last month. The island nation depended on the oil Venezuela sent over, which according to experts accounted for nearly 50% of their daily oil.
Yeah, look. After, it was 1950s, I think early 1960s, that we did the full-on sanctions and embargo against Cuban goods. In general. We cut them off from the world economic power. It's pretty hardcore. Their only allies economically were Venezuela, Mexico, Russia, I think China too, but Russia and China make up a very small portion of what they were getting, mostly from Venezuela. And now with us having, interfered with Venezuela and fucking around with the oil and stuff like that, and also choosing no more oil at all going into Cuba, we are quite literally actively starving out a country.
Demand.
This economic collapse is our doing.
In exchange, the Cuban government provided personal security and intelligence for the Venezuelan president. But President Trump cutting off that lifeline, writing on social media there would be, quote, no more oil or money going to Cuba.
Cuba looks... And yeah, you're right. I will say, if If regime was less worried about its power and helping its people, it'd be doing a lot better. But it still would be in the process of collapsing because you can't choke out a nation from the rest of the world and expect it to survive for very long.
Like it's ready to fall. I don't know if they can hold out. But Cuba now has no income. They got all of their income from Venezuela.
Cuba faces tough questions here. I just don't see the country being able to survive without Venezuelan oil.
Jorge
They're probably
Piñon,
gonna be
a
gone by
senior
the end of the
Energy
year.
Institute researcher at the University of Texas, tells ABC News Cuba's economic collapse is imminent.
We don't see a light at the end of this tunnel.
What does taking away Venezuelan oil mean for the country of Cuba?
A total collapse. When you are short diesel, now you're talking about transport. You're talking about diesel for the tractors and agriculture. Now this really impacts the economy of the country.
89% of Cuban households live in extreme poverty, according to the Cuban Observatory of Human Rights, with the average Cuban making just $16 per month. The Cuban economy has greatly suffered under a decades-long U.S. trade embargo that its government claims impeded its ability to do business on the world market. The regime brings in very little hard currency, so Cuba's international trade relies heavily on bartering, swapping its key exports like sugar, nickel, and medical services for essential imports such as oil, machinery, and food, with allies like Mexico, Venezuela, Russia, and China.
Where are their historical allies and exporters? I am very surprised that we haven't seen more Russian oil coming into Cuba. Brazil is now a major exporter of oil. So where is Lula coming to the aid of Cuba?
In January, President Trump declared a national emergency over what he called the, quote, unusual and extraordinary threat posed by Cuba, authorizing the...
Okay, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. There's no state of emergency that Cuba is posing to the United States. We have all agreed, and we are seeing on screen, Cuba is fucking 1 foot in the goddamn grave. What threat could they possibly present to us? It's insane that a national emergency was declared over fucking Cuba. That's like us saying like as fifth graders that the first grader is gonna fucking kill us. Like, come on, if that's not happening.
U.S. to impose new tariffs on imports from countries that directly or indirectly supply oil to the island, meaning Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum's attempts to include oil in their humanitarian assistance will come to a halt. There have not been any known oil tankers heading there from Mexico since January 9th, according to Piñon. Dr. Maria de Los Angeles Torres, a professor of Latin American and Latino studies at the University of Illinois, calls the situation unprecedented.
It's almost like it is a society that is structured right now on matchsticks, and any one little thing that gets taken out or anything that gets turned
Candy, I
on a
completely agree
flame.
with you. The only time Cuba was a true issue was during the missile crisis. Yeah, when they were acting as a host to Russia and a Russian fucking missile. Yeah, that made Cuba a fucking threat. I will 100% agree with you. But right now, I'm sorry. Trump enacting emergency powers to deal with the imminent threat of Cuba is just laughable.
Go in a minute.
This would not be the first time the United States has intervened in Cuba. In 1961, President John F. Kennedy approved the ultimately unsuccessful plan for the CIA to overthrow Cuban leader Fidel Castro, known as the Bay of Pigs invasion.
My sincere feeling to the people of the United States. I hope in the future.
The rest of it is pretty much just background on Cuba, which we largely have. Now would be a good time to flip to soft power over Cuba. You love that capitalism, love it, like Pokemon and donuts. Remember, Pokemon and donuts. They are the best things ever, yeah, Pokemon and donuts. Absolutely. But that leaves us with an hour and a half here. Just cause, as in justifies, cause not in just because. Oh, justified cause. That may, okay, anime, okay, no, thank you. Absolutely, thank you, because I was tweaking on that as well. I'm like, did we seriously call an operation just cause, like, just because? No, it was just a fight. Okay, that makes sense. And honestly makes me feel a little bit better, but it's still, like, not great, right? I was gonna say, if we named our operation just because I'm gonna fucking lose my shit. Just to fight gods. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. Jesus Christ. Anyway, on that note, we're pretty much done here, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell as hard as you possibly can. And while I find us a raid target, I will hope to see you all on the next one. Let me give you guys a nice little ending cover though. Let me do that. Operation for the memes. Operation Meme Stream. Yeah, no, that could get really, but look, that could get, like, just dangerous, in my opinion. Like, come on. Here, we're gonna do... You know what? We're gonna do a rap. Enjoy, everybody. I hope you like. See a little freak. See how mean. See a little freak. She for the streets. 6 digits on the check, took it to the bank. Commas up the commas, make it go out. Got a 10 coming over, owning the thing. Shooting blanks on a blank, make it girl. My wrist ain't peasy, pearls can't please me, something too easy. I stay creamy, pockets so dreamy. Shawty wanna freak me, okay. See a little freak, see how mean. See a little freak, she for the streets. See a little freak, she on me. See a little freak, she for the streets. That got green rocks, Frankenstein. Makes sense in none at the same time. You MC squared, I'm Einstein. I'm the new Johnny Cash, well, what the line. Of course, my boys gonna stay this rich. Miami chillin', got a Will like Smith. Visa card mashed out, brand new fish. On my dick, got it cheesing cause I'm semi-Swiss. Off the aphrodisiac, final head game breeze, she a goddamn psycho. No FaceTime sex, it's a slideshow. 10 toes down, got me dodging all the 5-0. She fit like Cinderella pumpkin. Come on over, baby, home alone at Mr. Cokie. King Cripple wearing bulking, popping her to sweat at the gym, got your shawty convulsing. She a little freak, she on me. She a little freak, she for the streets. She a little freak, she on me. She a little freak, she for the streets. Roll me down like a wind force gale. Her shit black more, that shit sound. Don't talk money, I read it well. Me so cruel like I'm no way. Aching on my plate with her hands like it's pottery. I'm freaky, think I love her, yeah, I might need a lobotomy. Swallow me, gobble me, all of me. Poseidon in a pussy got me fit it at the hottest. Fit it like a 50 cent in a candy shop. Now she tryna lick my lollipop. Got pussy on my tongue and it costs a lot. You might talk the talk, but I walk the walk. I'm a pink coupe like Anderson. 35 mil this year, West Banderson. Room skipping on these hoes, got out of the F-R-E-A-K. I'm accident. She a little freak, she on me. She a little freak, she for the streets. She a little freak, she on me. She a little freak, she for the streets.